Glad to meet you all with this video. Today let's learn the summary of the lesson homework from the Unit 3 Part C of the 9th Standard English textbook SSC Board Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. On to the summary. Homework. The word homework is the work done at home. And what is that work? That is the work given by the teachers at school. That is what is called as homework. Now, why this homework really originate? Why did it originate? Yes, homework was given to students to reinforce. Reinforce means to stress on what they have learned at school so that it can be useful for them in making them excel in that particular subject. However, too much of homework is not helpful. It is counterproductive. Counterproductive means it is rather harmful rather than being useful. So when child spends much of the time in doing the homework, he is deprived. The child is deprived of the social life or the activities that he can involve in building up the family relationship or playing, building his career as sports or other activities, and then they are deprived of all these things and they just become like a frog in the well, just ending up with just the academics, the books, the studies, only that, and they are not they do not have the scope with in becoming an experts in other things or mingling with people or becoming communicatively effective. So excessive homework is not advisable for the children. Hence it is right to give the homeworks in a restricted and a limited way so that the child becomes an all-rounder. Here, the critically acclaimed author Tamim Ansari says that since 1981, the amount of homework has increased more than 50%. That is, the homework which was given before that was lesser, but from 1981 it has increased. Then the new competition that emerged in the entire society has created an increase in the volume of the curriculum. That is, the society or the people want the children to learn more and more so that they are very much talented, very much efficient enough to face the competition of the world. That is why the curriculum has been increased, and as the curriculum has been increased, the homework also has been increased. And then many teachers that large amounts of homework helps them to become capable enough to face the competitive world. So here Dr. Kralovec, author of End of Homework, says that doing the homework during high school session, that is during the high school age, doesn't fetch any favorable results from the students because they find it either boring or not at all appealing for them. So it is not useful for the children in the high school. And then excessive amounts of homework can be harmful to kids both physically and mentally. Why is it harmful physically? A lot of homework usually means a lot of book to carry. That means when you do the homework, you have to carry the classwork book as well as the homework book. So as you carry the homework book and the classwork book, the load of the bag becomes heavy. So as the load becomes heavy, the child has to carry, and the child, generally you use a backpack where the bag is carried on the backbone, and here it causes chronic pain for the small children, and it even hinders the growth of the children because carrying heavy loads every day is not a joke, and they get affected by the chronic back pain. Many of the injuries can lead to serious problems later in life, including chronic shoulder, neck, and back pain. So this may cause an effect in the later stage of life. That is, the early stages carrying such heavy loads is really harmful to the children physically. Then large amount of homework is causing kids in both high school and junior high school to be up until midnight or later. So they have to wake up till midnight in order to complete their homework, because generally children come home by 5 o'clock, later going and freshing up, and some are even sent to tuitions, and after finishing that, and then they have to do this homework, so they have to sacrifice their sleep, they have to spend the nights in doing homework. And when extracurricular activities like sports clubs are also added to them, they have to wake up at least till the next morning, early morning, so the whole night is a sleepless night. And then this is really a danger, this is a menace to their life, they are really affected with sleeplessness. And then some parents and teachers argue that it would be beneficial to a child's academics to limit after school activities. So some of the parents say that it's not right to extend this academics, giving it is in the name of homework. It is better that the academics is stopped or restricted only till school, and this extension called homework is given in a limited way. However, cutting time out of the few hours a week teenagers uses for exercise could be a factor in growing obesity. Obesity means the tummy coming out. This is because of the extra fat content. And why this extra fat content gets accumulated is the absence of physical activities. Children have stopped playing, they are completely involved in studying, and studying is just mind work, not a physical activity wherein the sweat comes out and the child really is physically fit. So there is a lot of obesity, there are a lot of obesity cases nowadays, and the number of children who are overweight, who are fat, has doubled in the last 2 to 3 decades. Decades means 10 years, that means in the last to 30 years, the children who are overweight has increased. Nowadays, one child out of 5 is overweight. And then because of this overweight, generally children tease in the school, hey you fatty, hey you elephant, hey you tummy boy, like that they tease the people who are fat. In this way their self-esteem is hurt, and instead of concentrating on studies, they develop a low self-esteem, an inferiority complex, and keep brooding over that instead of concentrating on the studies. So this in a way affects the academics of the child. And then homework also time that a kid could be spending with his or her family. So instead of spending time with the family, they are spending time with the books. Whole day in the school they are spending time with the books, again at home with the books. So they miss this face to face communication. They fail to learn the face to face communication, the way how to build a rapport with the people. All these are missing with the children nowadays. And the people responsible are the elders, who are giving them extra homework, or who are much concerned about the homework rather than the all-round development of the child. And then the time, generally nowadays we see both the parents are working, and here the little time that the parent can spend with the child, the time is very less, and that time also is spent in doing homework. So the little and the very few moments that the child can spend with the parent is also taken away. So this in a way is an hindrance, it's a hindrance in developing the family relationship, the bonding, the human relationship is affected. And then when assignments are given carelessly and frequently means every now and then, it causes students to lose interest in the subject. So we all know our favorite subject is the one which our favorite teacher teaches, or which is in which we have less work to do, and then where we have something creative, something interesting. When we do the same thing again and again and again, how much ever good it is, we lose interest because it is being done done every day. So here we see negative results can occur when a student is not able to do the complete the homework in time. So when more and more the same subject is given, they lose interest because of doing the same work again and again. It becomes routine and monotonous. And another thing is doing a lot of homework leads them to another consequences. Many times they resort to copying the homework and then having others to do their or cheating in that, because they have lost interest. They can no more concentrate in that subject, and they cannot develop any interest in it. So they get into the other habits such as copying, making others do, or cheating. Bad habits such as these are likely to haunt kids through their lives and have an adverse effect on their moral judgment. When they copy, naturally the guilt consciousness keeps pricking them. How much ever good marks they score, also the guilt conscious that they haven't done it for themselves, they have copied from someone. This is the moral judgment is lost, and they keep falling in their own views. They feel guilty about their deeds. Then the use of homework is effective and used by the rule less is more. The lesser the homework, the better results we get it. And then overwhelming kids with loads of homework can cause them stress and possible physical injury. So what the author says that it is not that the homework should be abolished completely, but it should be limited. The homework should be creative and interesting. This is the most important thing. The homework should not be looking and writing, copying down whatever is already there. It should be something which kindles the interest of the child, wherein the child discovers something new, he invents something new, he has a scope to retrospect, he has a scope to identify his talent. That is how the homework should be, so that the child enjoys it. Hope you could all get to know the summary of the lesson homework. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Please leave a comment in the comment box and click the like button if it was useful to you. Thank you and have a nice day.